Hey guys, it is Monday, June 30th, 2025, and I'm here to do my June WIP update. Um, June was a hard month, um, and my stitching kind of suffered. I didn't get everything that I wanted to do done. My stitch came out okay, but I didn't meet all my goals. I didn't get everything I wanted to do done. I'm still not done. When I get off here, I still have more stitches I need to do um, tonight. But it was a hard month. So I have some of my WIPs. I have WIPs, plans, a little bit of tiny bit of haul. I haven't been shopping. Um, and so I ended up, as of right now, I'm at about 2,475 stitches. I still need another 150 to finish my categories. So I think I'm going to end up somewhere around 2,600, a little bit over 2,600. Um, so, which is kind of average. It's not great. It's not bad. Um, there was a point last week where I thought I was going to end up with like 1,500 stitches, where I was like in the early part of 2024, where I was doing less than 1,000 stitches a month. But um, it helped that I did 600 stitches this past Saturday. That helped, but which is unusual for me. Like usually it takes like I have friends who can do that without blinking, and they do it often, like most more nights than not. But if I'm gonna do 600 stitches in a day, like I have to focus on it and I have to make a goal of it. I'm never gonna wake up and be like, oh look, I did 600 stitches today without realizing it. That doesn't happen that way for me. So um, anyway, I'm gonna show you what I stitched. And we'll talk about plans and talk about what I did not stitch on and all of that kind of stuff. Um, I had one new start, but we'll start with this one. This is Savannah by this Savannah's Curtsy by Mirabilia. I'll try to show it to you here. So there she is. And once again, you're not going to be able to see it because it's all white on white. But I did 400 stitches on her. And um, I did. I finished this little part down here the where this side meets up with this side, and then I started on this bit of white right here. So I think in July I'll be able to finish up the white, and we can start filling in some of the other colors, and maybe you'll be able to see her a little bit better. But for June, I did 400 stitches of white on her skirt, and there she is. All right. This next one, well, actually, I'm gonna save that one for later. Okay, so this is what I still need to put stitches on later tonight when I finish with my video. This is Travel Memories by Dimension Gold Collection Petites, and I think it's 363 stitches, and that's some combination of half stitches and whole stitches. I don't know. I don't know what the breakdown is, but I did the Eiffel Tower, and I did this little ticket right here. And I started on the butterfly. Um, I don't remember if I did anything else. Did I do anything else? Yeah, I don't remember. But I'm gonna work. I think tonight I'm gonna work some more on the butterfly. Um, but it's starting to come together. It's getting like the more concrete pieces in rather than just the background. So that's exciting. This one I'm gonna push hard on this one in July. My friend that it's a gift for, I have plans to see him on July 23rd. So I'm gonna try to get it finished before that so I can give it to him. Because if I don't finish it before that, I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. So I'm gonna try to finish it before that. So I still have quite a bit to do. Like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna finish it this weekend. I still have a lot to do, but I have the second 2 weeks of July off, like the second half of July, and that's gonna help. Plus, I have a 4-day weekend coming up this weekend for the 4th of July holiday, so um, that's gonna help. But I'm still gonna have to focus hard on it because there's still a lot to do. Um, and I use that for the category has words, I think. This is Dreidel Dreidel by Ink Circles. I did 400 stitches on this. I did 200 for the category holiday and 200 for the category geometric. And um, I got my WIP go square on this. And I met my goal of putting 500 stitches in it. So there's that. This is Poppy by Nora Corbett. I did 200 stitches on her. I did some more of this dress down here. Um, I did this for the category Stitch Along because I started this for Vic's birthday in 2022. And um, there she is. So I'm focusing this month. I'm gonna try to finish Travel Memories, and then after that, this is gonna be one of my focuses. She's still got quite a bit to go. I think these wings are 3,000 stitches by themselves. She's still got quite a bit to go, but uh, I'm gonna focus on trying to finish her, and I also want to focus on trying to finish Tallman House because that's also a gift for a different friend that I need to pay some attention to and finish. Okay, this is so this month I just posted my video for last month, um, just like 20 minutes ago. Um, so in that video I talk about at the end of May, I got invited to play Monopoly with Sammy. So we started playing, and like about I think like 2-3 weeks ago we got started, and I took my turn just over the weekend, and that's how I did 600 stitches on Saturday. Was I did my 500 stitches for Monopoly plus I did close to 100 stitches on Savannah to finish up my category. And so what it spun, what I landed on for Monopoly was I landed on Lap and Loops, and so it called for my Hade Mermaid. This is Dark Water by Jessica Lane, charted by Hade. And so I did 500 stitches on her. This is what I did on Saturday. Whoops. What did I do? Um, there we go. All right. I got the needle. So I did 500 stitches of 37.50. And there it is. And it's actually sort of starting to look like a more significant start. Before it looked like I had just barely touched it, which is not wrong, and I still have less than 2,000 stitches in it. But it's starting to look a little more like a more substantive start. So that was exciting. So there's dark water. I got my WIP Go square for this, and I also met my goal of 500 stitches. I have a goal to do 500 stitches on all my pieces, and it's a goal that I will absolutely not meet, and I know that uh, I know when I set it that I'm not going to meet it, but it's fine. I do as many pieces as I can. Some of my friends make like a concerted effort to touch all of their pieces in a year and meet that goal on all of their pieces, and some of them set really high goals for their pieces, and I don't do that. Um, I have, you guys see every month I show you the same few pieces over and over. I have, the set of pieces that I work on, and when I finish one, I pull something else in. I don't, you know, I have stuff in there that I don't want to pull it out and do 100 stitches and put it back. So it stays in there, and when I'm ready to pull it out, it'll come out. So this is Kimono by Donna Gallagher. And let me show this to you. So this is Kimono by Donna Gallagher. And this is the one, and you didn't see it because I just uploaded my video. So at the end of May, I discovered I had made a mistake. No, at the end of April, I had discovered I had made a mistake on my bonsai tree. And I had the two colors of green that are in the bonsai tree, I had mixed them up. I had switched them. So I got all the way done with the first color, and I realized I had used the wrong color. It should be the darker color on the bottom and the lighter color on top, and I had put the darker color on top. So it kind of sat through the month of May, or through the month of May. And if you watch the video that I just posted, I explain it. But it kind of went into timeout for the month of May. And so the first day or two of June, at the beginning of June, I finally sat one Sunday night and I spent 2 hours frogging my stitches. And later on, when I restitched it and I counted it, it was, I think, 359 stitches to frog and restitch the the one color in the bonsai tree. And then I took it back to work, and so I restitched all of this light green up here at the top, and then I took it back to work and I finished the dark green, and you can sort of see it, but I started doing the cream half stitches here, which is like the structure of the kimono. It's like the shading to make the structure of the kimono. And so you can't hardly see that, but you can kind of see it. So I did, it was 550, something like 559 stitches to replace the stitches in that I had frogged and to do the dark green stitches. And I haven't counted the stitches for the cream yet. So it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 stitches. So there's my kimono, and it's kind of exciting. Um, I'm getting to the point, at least on this side, where I can start to see like the end. I gotta finish. There's a little bit more cream. There's Um, so I'm on this side here. So there's a little bit more cream. There's this pink down here. There's the little flowers here at the bottom, like the little grasses. And then there's the sun that the crane is in front of. And so, um, in the crane. The crane might wait until the end. I need to look at the instructions for the crane. Um, I'm not sure about the crane. But I gotta finish the cream, the little grass and flowers and stuff at the bottom, and the sun, and the pink on the bottom of the sleeves. And then I can move to the other side where there's another bonsai tree and but so that was exciting. I feel like it's moving forward and it's you know, I'm making progress on it. Um you might notice one more thing. I had a new start. I had a new start. This of course is my tissue box. And this is the last one of these. This is the Green Flip It series by Lizzie Kate, and this is Save Water. And I did not do well at this month. I just the day it was on the 14th, and there was some other stuff going on, and I just was not feeling the stitching. I was stressed, and I just was not feeling the stitching. But I did the 40 stitches at the top to do the top border, and that's all I did. So I have all 6 of them started now. Plant a tree, ride a bike, be kind to animals, keep our air clean, eat locally, and save water. So I have all 6 of them started. I don't know what I'm going to do for tissue box going forward. I might not do it. I don't know. I have one Lizzie Kate that I want to start because the packaging is inconvenient and it'd be nice to not to have to store it. But I may not do that in July. I might wait until the later month. I may skip it in July. I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, so July is going to be a busy month. So I might skip tissue box in July and move that to another month, or I might just not do it. I don't know. Um, so that's what I stitched on. If I get these stitches done after I get off here, I think I'm going to end up at around 2,625 stitches, something like that, um, for the month. What you did not see in this month is you did not see the dogs because I didn't get to them, and you did not see under the evergreen because I did not get to that. I was supposed to backstitch under the evergreen this month, and I didn't touch it. And I just ran out of time for the dogs. I'm gonna have to go back and make up those stitches, but I ran out of time, and I didn't get to it. So um, that's what did not happen this month. Um, so so we'll make it up this month. Like I said, I'm gonna have 2 weeks off, and I got a 4-day weekend. And as usual, when I have time off, my eyes are bigger than my stomach. So I have all these grand stitching plans, and probably only a fraction of them will actually happen. But I have sort of a priority list that this is what needs to get done, and the other stuff, you know, if it gets done, it gets done, and if it doesn't, it'll just wait, like, or it won't get done. I don't know. But so uh, so July plans. We have categories because we always have categories. Um, my friends are crazy, you guys. Okay. Um, July categories. July categories has a border. That's going to be travel memories because it has a border. The small, I actually didn't think we still had this category. I thought she had let go of this category, but apparently she brought it back. Um, uh, it's gonna be Lizzie Kate. I'm gonna pick one of the green flippets, probably plant a tree. I don't know, but I'm gonna pick one of those and put some stitches on those, um, and try to get it a little. My WIP go square for that is 1,000 stitches, and I've done about 500. I doubt that I'm gonna do 500 on it this month, but I'm gonna try to get it a little closer to my WIP go square. Um, More than 30 colors. I don't know what I'm gonna put in this. Um, I don't want to put under the evergreen in there. I don't know what I'm gonna put in there. My alternate is my dogs, and I might just use that. I don't know. Full coverage. I'm gonna use Silver Moon Tea. Um, because it also has a WIP go goal, and it's barely got any stitches, and it's full coverage, so it'll fit in Stitch to the Moon. And then for Stitcher's Choice, like I was saying, I need to focus on Tom and House, so I'm going to put that on Stitcher's Choice and try to get some stitches on that. And that also has like WIP Go Gore. Doing this Monopoly stitches on Mermaid and finishing my WIP Go square on that made me really look at my WIP Go board. And I'm like, I need to pay more attention to my WIP Go board. So when I was filling in my categories, I kind of had my WIP Go board up, and I'm like, okay, what can I do that'll help me get a WIP Go square, and start kind of filling in some of these squares on my WIP Go board. Um, so that's partly how I chose my categories this month. Is let me try to be more conscientious about WIP Go. Otherwise, I'm going to get to the end of the year and I'm going to be like, oh, well, I've done like 6 squares. So, I don't think that I'm going to finish everything because there's a few things on there that I know I'm not going to get done. But let me see how many of these I can do. And frankly, a lot of them are 500 stitches. Like, it's not hard to get 500 stitches. So, and that's why I also put them when I made my WIP list for Monopoly. I put them on my Monopoly list. And it worked because Dark Water got called and I did my stitches and now I marked off my square. So, um, there's categories. The other thing that's happening in July is I have 3 new starts planned. I don't know that I love this. This is why I think I may not do tissue box in July. I already have 3 starts planned. I don't need another one. Um, but actually, I should have brought it over here, but I'm just going to reach over here and grab it. So I think what I'm going to start for my birthday is I think I'm going to start this Quaker Horn book by Ellen Chester. What is it? With My Needle? Yeah, With My Needle. And so there's 2 here, and the difference is this one's over 1 and this one's over 2. And I think I'm going to do the over 1 one. So I think that's what I'm going to start for my birthday. Um, I have the thread picked out. I had picked out fabric. I might change the fabric. I think the fabric I have might be a little bit too yellow. I don't know that I love it. So I might have to get different fabric. But I think that's going to be my birthday start. I've had this kitted up forever. This was a project um that my EGA guild did way back in the day. I haven't been a member of EGA in 15 years. So that's how long I've had this project. Um but um and I'm always like I should start that. I should start that. And so when I was looking for a birthday set, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to do this one. And I mean, it's a small size. It's 80 by 115, which isn't large, but it's also over one. So, you know. Um, so I think this is going to be my birthday start. And the thread that I have for it is this Roxy thread. This is Delft by Roxy. And the fabric that I have is an old silk weaver. I think this is Days Gone by like the original silk weaver from back in the day in the early 2000s when silk weaver and Shakespeare's Peddler and the blended needle were the only ones doing hand dyed fabric. And so that's what it looks like. Um, it's not coming across very true on camera. On camera, it looks fine. In real life, the fabric is a lot more. I don't know. The fabric is a lot more like it's sort of like a terracotta sort of. Not really. I don't know how to describe it, but the fabric's not coming across very true. It's kind of got an orange kind of hint to it, but so I might change the fabric. It has to be 32 count though because it's got to fit. It comes with a little horn book, and it's got to be on 32 count to fit on the horn book. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for my birthday. And then the other thing that's happening in July is 24 hours of cross stitch, the final weekend in July. And some of my friends and I are doing new starts. I have a mess over here. I think I have this handy here where I can show you. Um, yeah. So some of my friends and I are doing new starts that weekend. One in memory of our friend Laura King, who passed away in April, and one in memory of our friend Glenna, who we found out in May passed away in February. So for Laura King, we're going to start the Nativity Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. So this is another thing I need to do. I need to get on kitting this up. And then we're not all doing the same thing for Glenna. Most people are doing something that either, or a lot of us are doing something that they either uh, Glenna passed on to them or something that she racked them with. I didn't really exchange anything like that with Glenna. So I'm just doing a chart that I associate with Glenna, which is Miss Mary Mac by La Di Da. So that's going to be my start in memory of Glenna. And we're going to do that on 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. So this is why I may not do my tissue box. I don't love new starts. I don't love doing 3 new starts in a month, but you know, it is what it is. And so I want to finish Travel Memories, and that'll help. But so I think uh, yeah. So I'm gonna be on vacation for 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to finish Travel Memories, I need to spend some time on my vacation doing a bunch of backstitch on Under the Evergreen. I've planned backstitch for May and June. Did I do backstitch for April? I had planned backstitch for May and June, and I didn't do hardly any of it. I may have also done backstitch for May. I mean for April. What did I do? No, I didn't. So I had planned backstitch for May and June. Oh, and I was also gonna backstitch the parts that I did in March and April. That's what it was. So, and I did some of it. I backstitched some of the Jack in the Box, but I still have a bunch of backstitch to do. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do for June yet. If I'm going to do backstitch or cross stitch, or I mean for July. Um, I'm getting my problem with this WIP at this point. Honestly, is with the cross stitch. I'm in this lower section down here on the it's on the right side of the design where the drum is. And my problem is that there's just a bunch of carpet, and I don't enjoy stitching the carpet. It's not fun. I think there's 7 or 8 colors, and they're all blends, and um and they're half stitches. And then you do the half stitch with the color, and then you go back and you cross it with 415, I think, or 413. And then there's also some other gray stitches in there. I mean, and the effect works because it gives you like the hint that there's a little bit of color in the carpet, but it doesn't compete with the picture. So the effect works. It's just a pain in the butt to stitch, and I don't enjoy stitching it. Um, so I've been kind of putting that off because I don't want to have to do the carpet. But at some point I'm going to have to do it because if I want to finish the piece, I have to do it. And putting it off until December isn't gonna work. So for June, or for July, I might just have to choose probably the next section under there that has the drum in it. Um, yeah. Oh no, not the section with the drum. The section above the drum that's like has the space between the drum and the horse's belly that has like the bottom of the box and like the some of the rocker. It has the very tippy top of the drum. The drum is in the section after that. I need to charge my phone. Um. So at some point I'm gonna have to do the floor. So um, I want to catch up some stitches on the dogs because I didn't do them this month. So plus the rest of my categories and Savannah and you know so um we'll see how much I actually get done on my vacation. My eyes are always bigger than my belly on that. Um, I think that's all for stitching progress and plans. Um, life stuff. June was just really hard. Like at work really sucked. Um, it was just really stressful. I had some conflict with my supervisor. I don't think we like each other very much this month. Um, and it was just really stressful and really hard. And you know, it was, and I tend not to stitch when I'm stressed, and that's part of the reason why I didn't get everything done. Like that's why we're at the end of the month and I still haven't stitched on the dogs. I didn't do Under the Evergreen. Um, and um, so yeah, it was just really hard. The union. I'm glad I went back and watched the video that I just uploaded because sometimes you forget what you talk about. So in my May video, I was talking about how the union had put out an email saying that they were gonna demand mediation to help settle this dispute with the county. And I think they did do that. They did put out an email saying that they did get a tentative agreement with the county, and that's the last that I heard. I haven't heard anything. I think the agreement has to be approved by the board of supervisors. I know eventually at some point it's going to have to be approved by the board of supervisors. I don't know what happens between now and then, but the last I heard, they said they had a tentative agreement. I don't know exactly what has to happen to make it into an actual contract, but so that's good news. Um, Genealogy stuff. Um, I haven't liked my supervisor very much, so I haven't been working on his. Although the one thing that I did do is I belong to a genealogy group to help with that, and I had previously posted in that group asking about his name, and it turns out that one of the members in the group is a relative of the husband of one of his dad's cousins, I think. Yeah, I think the guy is his dad's cousin, and this guy is like a relative of her husband. So I'm like, that's cool. And he gave me some information, so that was cool. Um, I've been working on my own, and just kind of poking at it. I don't have anything that great to share. I've just been still just poking at it and trying to match people up to each other and match them to my tree and make connections. And I've done some of that. Like I've been able to link some people together and uh, but that's all I have on that. Um, I don't know if I have anything else. Do I have anything else? I bought one of these crazy Disney challenge puzzles. I bought two of them actually. One of them is still in the Amazon package it came in. One of them is on my coffee table, and um, I put the frame together, and then I haven't really done too much with it. But it's by Ravensburger, and it's this Mickey Mouse Disney challenge or challenge puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces. I might regret doing this. I don't know why I did this, but so I'll poke at it. But the last week or so since I've had it, I've been focused on trying to get my stitching goals done. So I haven't really spent too much time on it. But um, we're in a new month, or we will be, and I'm gonna be off work, so I'll play with it some more and try to put some pieces into it. Um, I don't have a whole lot of haul. I haven't been doing any shopping. Like I just even like because I belong to several of the D-stash groups and they'll come up and I've been scrolling through people's albums and I'm like, "Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute." But then when it comes to the idea of buying it and bringing it into my house, I'm not interested. Like, I don't need to own that. I don't need to add that to my stash. I don't need more stuff. In fact, I need less stuff. And I think, and I might even do it before then, but the next all day declutter is coming up in October. And I think maybe at that point, I'm going to take another pass through my stash because I'm like, I don't need all this stuff. I'm never going to stitch everything that I have. So I think I might take another pass and de-stash some. I don't know the problem that I have, and maybe you guys can help me. Maybe you have some ideas. Um, so the last time I did a de-stash was more than a year ago now. Last Mother's Day, 2024. All that stuff that I decided that I wasn't going to stitch and that I didn't need, it's all still sitting here behind me. Like I haven't gotten it out of my house because I don't know how. I don't know what to do with it, and I don't like my friends and I stash stuff on each other, and I feel like that's not fair. Like they all have enough stuff of their own too, you know. And I don't want, putting it up for sale is a bunch of work, and I'm not really interested in doing that. And like on the de-stash groups, I'm not really very interested in doing that. Um, and um, I don't know, like some of the mass market stuff, some of the inexpensive stuff, I did already take to Goodwill, but this is stuff like that's like very niche for stitchers that you would buy like at 1 2 3 Stitch or, and I feel like I don't know that Goodwill is a great place for that, but I don't know what to do with it. So that's why it's still sitting here. It's because I don't know what to do with it. So if you have any ideas or if you want to tell me what you do with your stuff that you want to de-stash, um, I would appreciate that. But I think I'm going to take another pass and see if I can whittle down my stash a little more because I feel a little bit overwhelmed. And that's how doing all these starts is making me feel. I feel overwhelmed. um, so that's why I'm like, I don't need to buy anything. Except what I did buy. Well, I'll show you the one thing that I bought. I bought this. I hope this is the current one. Is this the most current one? I think it is. This is the Atomic Branch Fabric of the Month that I get from Sammy at Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery, and this is Latte. I think this was the most current color. I hope. Um, and I also bought Homespun Needlework did an exclusive with Tanya Brockmeyer from the Scarlet House, and I did buy that, but as far as I'm aware, it hasn't shipped yet. I certainly don't have it in my possession. I don't think it's shipped yet. So I'm waiting on that. And they're about to put another one out next week. So we'll see. She didn't say who the designer was. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Um, but I think that's all that I have for this month. Um, yeah, I think that's all that I have. So happy summer. Happy stitching. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next month. Bye.